and exercise in being present. Peanut butter and jam. It squishes if I hold it too tightly, so I let it lay on my palm and fingertips. It is so light and airy, I barely make contact with it, the edges of my hand and the edges of the fresh French bread meeting and knowing one another like old friends. As common as death and taxes, bread has been the people's staple since wheat first offered itself up to our ancestors. Of course, we've changed it since then, and I must forget about the possibility of a different future or an altered past. I am here, making a peanut butter and jam sandwich. There are only a few necessary items for the perfect peanut butter and jam sandwich. My mother taught me how, with butter on both sides of the bread first, to keep the jam from sogging into the bread. I hated it then. I always complained if she forgot to leave the butter off my sandwich. And now it is the only way. This is the way. It must be the softest French bread, not wheat bread. It must be French bread, buttermilk bread, or something else delightfully pillowy and dreamy. It must be salted butter, and it must be room temperature to allow for easy spreading. Make your thighs like butter, baby, easy to spread. If you know that song, you might be as old as myself. I choose a butter knife with an old brown handle. Somebody's mother's set of forks and knives, passed down through generations of suppers and breakfasts and everything in between. It is smooth in my grip, ergonomically vintage. I feel the memories of sandwiches, long forgotten. I bring the butter to the edge of the bread. There is no hurry. This is meditation. This is love. This is Nirvana. The simplicity of making a peanut butter and jam sandwich for someone you adore, even yourself. This is self love. I do not miss a centimeter of bread. I leave nothing bare except my heart. Carefully, one side of bread is caressed with the slippery love of butter. Setting it down, I pick up the second slice and apply the same attentive, buttery affection to every edge. The peanut butter is a sin. It is one of my guilty pleasures. Sweet and sugary, creamy, of course, as smooth as the butter I lay it on. More slowly than the butter, I bring the ochre-colored sweetness to the edges again. Merging into one another, the wave is a ripple of serotonin waiting to happen. Cherry jam. Cherry jam from Bon Maman, the only jam to buy from a store. Have you ever heard the story of the Maman it is named after? A heroine of our time. I think of the lives she saved as I push spoonfuls out of the jar like baby birds. Too much jam. I know it is, and I don't care. It is the lushness, the luxury of cherries like sex outdoors on a brisk spring day. Obsessively, I nudge the red ambrosia of jam towards the edges, this time not so close, to allow for the squishing. The squishing is when I marry the two slices of French bread. One side slick and perfect butter, the other a puddle of ruby red cherry preserves perched atop 3 layers of savory sanity. Peanut butter, and soft white bread. I look at my concoction before I tenderly squish them together, smiling. I know this will be the perfect peanut butter and jam sandwich, maybe ever. My sharpest chef knife, a quick corner to corner slice. The squirt of redness, like I took its virginity, slides out 2 sides. I scoop it with one finger, popping it into my mouth. I close my eyes. I am salivating, the reflexive twinge of tartness in the corners of my jaw, perking my ears and pursing my lips, Sound fades away. There is nothing but the flavor, the taste of enlightenment. I am not in the world of humans for one split second. This is the experience I wish to write about, the moment I wish to share, the moment of nirvana in a world where wrong is rewarded and goodness is gatekept behind paywalls. The moment where I am able to drown out the static of stress, the raging surges of emotion and sadness and fear and joy and anger and giddiness. It isn't long, it doesn't stay. Fleeting, it is gone the way of my youth. I thought I understood it then. I thought I was reveling in the moment of being young, which is the same as being free of stress and pressure. Well, today I carry with me far more than I did when I was unstained by life, when I was unmarked, clean, and free of scars. Today, as I write this, I understand why I was addicted to drugs, why my mind still offers me the path of unfeeling through intoxicants. Today, I am refusing narcotics and opioids, psychedelics and stimulants. I have reduced my pool of addictions to sugar. And in that release of addiction, in that transference of a crutch and a bandage across the pain that age has shown me, setting down the chemical blinders, I am able to exist again. Just exist, without the pressure of society, past, present, and future, freezing time with one mouthful of perfect, gustatory sentience. I sought and still seek the moment of clarity, which isn't the answer to life at all. It is the moment where I realize there is no answer, and that is answer enough. Stepping back into my mind, the taste of nirvana as nutty as life itself, I spread the triangles of sandwich apart, the bread compressed and the butter clearly doing the work my mother intended. I pick up one triangle and sigh. The moment of clarity gone already, I chide myself on the mess I've made, and just as swiftly push the thought away. I chomp, ferocious, sinking my teeth into the layers of sweet and sticky and tart and squishy, and suddenly I have that split second of nirvana again. One bite, exemplary and complete. There are so many things I wish to do. People to see, things to say, things to make, places to go. So many decisions every minute of every day. And the moment I can turn those off, if even for half of 1 second, as I chomp like an 8-year-old girl into a sandwich my mother made for me with love, is the moment of my reason for being. Chewing this philosophy of culinary appreciation, I savor it. A small bite. Again, and I peer at the marks my teeth left, the butter still keeping the red sea of jam parted from its collapsing walls. The Colosseum of peanut butter and cherry jam. Focused on this, the intensity of my mental state is relieved, reassured. All I wanted was a sandwich. All I wanted was world peace. All I wanted was freedom and liberty for all. All I wanted was a global community of climate conscious creatures all working to make the world a better place. The images and sounds and videos and screams and gunshots and smoke and bombs and body parts the tiny screen in my pocket throws at me whenever I open it are too much at times, most times, all the fucking time. Far too much. And being able to tune into this smallest of moments like it is everything I am and everything I will ever be is how I reach nirvana in an otherwise Buddha-less world. Another bite. The jam falls everywhere. My hands are bloody with pectin and anthocyanins. The biology to explain the chemical reaction of taste is the blurred intersection of magic and science. Refusing the nagging thoughts in this moment of sandwich time, I dutifully finish both triangles. As if wearing sound blocking headphones, the time exists to a whole 10 minutes. 10 minutes of meditative and grateful consumption. I am renewable energy.